Hello everyone. So today I'm gonna do a couple quick edits of my recent shoot with Sophia, and later I'm gonna go through the 17th critique very quick after the edit also. So stay tuned. So I did a fun shoot with Sophia in the Midtown, and as many of you have seen the BTS video in the previous video, so I'm just gonna do some edit on how I edit this shoot. So let me start it with the E5. I can see that it's too brown, the tone, so I will just make it into the HB2 slightly, maybe 30%, and then increase the contrast. And the lines on the lower left corner, you can see that created by Prism, and if you want to see how I did it, just search how I use this prism technique. Just search sync prism, and then you will find my video on how to shoot the prism. The next step, I'm gonna rotate a little bit more so that it's perpendicular to the ground. And then the next step is crop Instagram. I'm trying to crop the edges on the right side so that it's cleaner looking. So, and then leave a little bit of headroom on the top. So that looks good to me. So I'm gonna just save this one, and then save it. Save as actual size from VSCO. And then next one. So this one I posted. It is my first one. Recently got to the 5K likes, so I'm just gonna use the similar tone, HB2, and then reduce the exposure, and then highlight safe for this one. I can increase the sharpness, and then the contrast a little bit. I can still see the face a little bit too bright, and then that's it. I'm gonna crop it 4:5. Make sure that leave some headroom on top. Yep. And then I saved it. So next one. So this one I also posted this morning. I will use HB2 for this one because HB2 has a higher contrast feel to it, so it makes the dark become darker. And then right now you can see the body right here is too bright, so I reduce 2.0 probably, and I can increase the contrast so that you get that nice highlight on the hair. And then I will rotate to make sure that it is good balance. And then next one, I'm gonna crop 4:5 a little bit, and then that's it. That's my edit, and then I saved it. And so because I previously saved it already, so next one, so I'm gonna just do it very quick. HB2, when this is sunset and then the background is kind of dark, I use HB2, and then I increase the contrast and increase the highlight safe. I can still see too bright, so slightly a little bit more contrast, and then I will crop it 4:5 in this way. So I just leave it near the top third area, and then leave a nice bokeh in the background. So I will save it. Let me save this one. Okay, next one is the coffee shop one. So I did it through the window, coffee shop through the window shots, and I will reduce. So I use the HB2 also, reduce and then increase the sharpness. Highlight safe, I can do it a little bit. Increase the reduce the highlight safe a little bit more. So, and then I crop it. Make sure the eyes are around the third area. So make sure that when you're cropping, make sure the eyes are crop it top third area, I can see that I can still increase, but not too much. If it's too much, it becomes too strong, the contrast. So that's it, that's the edit for me. And this one also, this one overall seems too light, so I'm gonna decrease the exposure, increase the contrast, and then using the base, I think this one I will use the E5 a little bit, and I can reduce a little bit more. So, and then the highlight save. So that's it, that's the edit. I can just crop 2:3 for this one if you want to make it into a story. So because it's longer, so sometimes I crop it longer and then make it into the story, and then later I crop the 4:5. So I love this one. Sophia brought her neighbor's Volkswagen, retro Volkswagen. So we did a shoot inside the car. It's very fun to shoot inside the car. So I will use the E5 as a base. It has a nice retro film tone in it. And then I will increase the sharpness a little bit. This one was shot by using the 23mm f2, the lens that Fujifilm just sent me for 3 weeks to create content with it. So, and I can still see too bright, so I reduce the temperature. And then there's a saturation, so reduce the saturation slightly a little bit, and this looks good to me. And I just need to crop it closer if I'm trying to make it for Instagram. So I crop it closer. Also make sure the head part is in the top third area, and I can still reduce the highlight save a little bit. So that's the edit for me. So I save as. So I might post this one later on also. I still have many posts from this shoot, so many photos to choose from. So because this one is similar environment, so what I gonna do is just copy, edit, and then paste the edit. So it's kind of similar. I still see a little bit too light, not too light, too dark on the face. So I increase the exposure a little bit. The next thing I'm just gonna do, just make sure that it is balanced, and then I will crop it closer. Make sure that the head part is in the top third area. Okay, now I'm done with this edit. Save as extra size. Let's see. Okay, 2 more pictures. So I'm gonna do a quick edit, and then we will get into the critique, the 17th video. So I'm just gonna do a quick edit on this one. So I like the lines, leading lines on this one, and I'm gonna increase the contrast, reduce the exposure a little bit more. So it's just based on my feeling whether it is too bright or too strong. So when I look at the picture, if it's too bright, it doesn't look comfortable to my eyes. So this looks comfortable right now. So I will save as, yeah. And then because this one is similar, so I'm gonna copy and then paste to the next one. It is too dark. Sometimes it happens like this, and then I will increase the brightness a little bit. And if it's still not comfortable, I will just change the filter, doing E5, and then kind of like that, and increase the exposure a little bit. Still a little bit too bright, so I decrease a little bit like that. So this is my edit using E5. So that's it for my edit today. So the next, I'm gonna go through the Instagram 17th. So I pre-typed all the name already. So the first one, I really like the hair flip in this one with the lines and texture background behind. and the leading line to the portrait in this one also. And make sure that be careful on all those bright branches in the background, because it causes a distraction to the portrait. But I like the lines in the top three, pretty good, so keep it up. Next one. So this white line in the center, it kind of like breaks the pattern. I will just turn the angle a little bit to make sure that this line is not in the main center right there. And for the feed consistency standpoint, I will pose these two portraits really nice, focus on the eyes, but when they're next to each other, they seems too close to me, like not in terms of not enough space. I want to space it out. I will post this one and then post a landscape and then post this one instead of posting two close up together. So that's my take on that. So this one, I really like the composition in this one. Nice sunset with the people in the right hand side. Very nice reflection. This one I might want to position the people in the left area since they are looking toward the right. So I want more room to the right. So yeah, very nice sunset photo. I really like the first one. So, and the feed overall presentation is really nice, even though it's not it's intentionally not aligned, but you are doing very consistently throughout the feed on this arrangement. So as long as it's consistently doing like this, it's good. Like it means that you have well thought about it. Very nicely done. So for the feed arrangement. Next one. So as I have been talking about that, if the landscape, the horizon, if they are next to each other, it creates an offset. It kind of like shift it up and down a little bit. For example, this one is kind of like in the middle, and then this one next to it is kind of like a little bit upper, but it creates a little bit of gap in the edges of these two photos right there. Kind of like create an imbalance right there. So just my take on that, the horizon position throughout the feed consistency. Next one. I really like the flower background, the backdrop using the flower. I might want to crop it closer, but when I look at the next one, it's kind of like in the same position. So as long as you're doing consistently, it's fine to me. Make sure that there's no white column, like bright column stands out directly above the head. So in this case, if you find it in the viewfinder, just move to the right and then just move the camera angle a little bit so that avoid the column straight out of the head. But I really like the color in this one. This is just the only thing that distracted me a little bit when I first look at the photo. So I like the leading lines in this one. I like the contrast, and the red outfit stands out in this environment. So nicely done in the composition, leading line to the portrait. And make sure that there are no white lines that breaks the pattern, because right now these two white lines kind of like breaks the pattern a little bit. But I like the tone in this one. So overall, I really like this picture. It's very nice, sharp and clean. So nicely done. Just those minor details, for example, like this small white pole in the back, you can crop it out so that it creates an even stronger focus on the face. Next one. So I like the overall tone keeping is nice. Like the use of the frame of the using the leaves right there. So this one, as you can see, there are a little bit of edges right there. it kind of like creates some white area on the left side. What I will do is just crop it out. You can even crop out this column so that it's more focused on the portrait. And this one also, so I like the blur out, but there are a little bit of the branch straight across in the head right there. But what you can do is just lower the camera angle so that there won't be any branch crossing the head from this side right there. But overall I like the tone in this feed. Next one. So nice using the street to lead in line to the portrait. If you see this one on the edge, there are a little bit of the white car right there. I will just turn around and then block it a little bit, or one step closer to the portrait, and then without the white car sticking out on the left side. Let's see. Nice use of the stair. So this one also, you still have a little bit of gap right there. I will just cross it, like crop it out so that it's cleaner for the background. So that's my take on that. Another nice tone in this feed. So it's really nice. I really like the tone in this feed. It's like nice vintage style. So let's see. So I know this from the square format you wouldn't see it, but from here you can see this white area, I mean the white chair or the table kind of like distracted a little bit. Like either you just crop it square without doing that, because that little white table is kind of like distracted the portrait a little bit because it's a white color. So other than that, for the feed consistency standpoint, these two are too similar to each other. So I will post this one and then post this one further away, and then post this one for the feed consistency standpoint. I like the tone overall, so keep it up. Good job. So 3 more to go. So I like the tone of the sky. It creates a dramatic feel in it for this picture. From the feed consistency standpoint, make sure that I can see that the third row is nice brown tone. However, the second row kind of like scatter out through different color tone. This is cold tone, and then this is the medium white, and then this is dark brown again. So make sure that it's nice to, for example, you can post a dark brown, post a white, and then post another brown tone to balance out, and then on the first row you can post this one instead. So yeah, just make sure that it balances out the tone. So this one, make sure that when you're taking through the window shots, avoid those white reflection, because it kind of like distracted for the portrait a little bit. I know you are trying to put the eyes on the dark area, but the white area from the window still distracted my eyes a little bit. But make sure also that if you're trying to do the vertical style, make sure that it's consistent also, because it creates some white space on the top and bottom. And as long as it's consistent, because if this one is horizontal, this one is vertical, I'm expecting this one horizontal. So make sure the feed is consistent in terms of that also. And in terms of the black and white and the color, these two are very similar. I will hold up posting two similar ones. You can post this one and then post this colorful one instead. And make sure that you can rotate a little bit, because this one tilted to the left 15 about 10 degrees to me. You can just rotate a little bit, make sure that it is perpendicular to the ground for the background. so that it's easier on the eyes. And this portrait, I like the color backdrop, so I will just recrop it, because the head is toward the left side, so I want the left side has more room than the right side. So that's my principle of the cropping. Okay, this is the last one. I think the tone is the consistent tone, dark tone right here. Make sure that it's not rotating too much, because the rotating photo kind of like breaks the pattern. Just use the vertical, in my opinion. Just use the vertical, make the orientation to create a consistent feed, unless you have another tilted on the left side to accompany the right side, so to balance out the right side. But overall, the tone, I can see that you use a consistent tone in the feed, so stay the tone consistency is very nice. So these are all my the critique today on the 17th group. So stay tuned for more video coming up in my feed. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.